Hello everyone and very good afternoon once again. So welcome back to today's session of normal distribution. So guys, we were doing the chapter probability distribution and we are on the day number 3. And today's topic is normal distribution, one of the important and one of those topics which students normally find it difficult. तो एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जो कई सारे स्टूडेंट्स को थोड़ा सा मुश्किल लगता है, बट हम इसको इस तरीके से समझेंगे, एक डिफरेंट मेथड से, एक डिफरेंट तरीके से करेंगे, so that we will be able to solve the question very easily and very quickly. So let's see who all are live with us. So Mr. Dinesh, Jyoti, Mansi, okay, good afternoon everyone. So now let us begin with the topic normal distribution. Now this topic is also known as Gaussian distribution. Normal distribution is also known as Gaussian distribution. Yes, some more people are live. Bhumika, Mayur, Mohammed Ahmed, Vidhi, Ankit Prasad, then Shashi and Shiva. Welcome everyone. Welcome. So now in this normal distribution, we already know that normal distribution is a part of continuous probability distribution, because in the beginning we had segregated the chapter into two parts. One was discrete and second was continuous. So normal distribution is a part of continuous distribution. Okay, all right. So whenever we are talking about continuous distribution, it means the values can vary from minus infinity to plus infinity, from negative infinity to positive infinity. So here we will be learning that the limits are from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay. So now this concept is basically based on area. We will be having a normal curve and whose total area will be equal to 1. And we can also say that the probability, total of probability is also 1. So here area or we can say probability, both are same. Whether we are using the term word area or we are using the term probability, both are exactly same. All right. So there will be a function where limit is from minus infinity to plus infinity and the total of area is always equal to 1. Okay. So this is the basic thing which we are going to discuss. So first of all, this concept, normal distribution, was given by Carl Gauss. It was given by Carl Gauss. So that is why it is also known as Gaussian distribution. Normal distribution is also known as Gaussian distribution. Now there are two parameters in case of Gaussian distribution. So whenever we are understanding a distribution, there are few parameters. And what is the meaning of parameters? Parameter means those values. If they are available, we can find anything. We can find anything related to that distribution. In short, अगर हमारे पास वो दोनों parameters available है, तो फिर हम उस distribution से related सारी चीजों को calculate कर सकते हैं, compute कर सकते हैं. तो यहाँ पर normal distribution में कौन-कौन से parameters होते हैं? So what are the parameters which are available for normal distribution? First one is mu and second one is neta square. That is variance. So mean and variance. Mean and variance. These are the two parameters in case of normal distribution. So we can write them as X. This symbol is for follows normal distribution with parameter mean and variance. X follows normal distribution with parameter mean and variance. Now we will be understanding some basic formulas, few of the formulas which are relevant here. Okay. So Chandan and Bhanushi are also live with us. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. So first of all, we are writing some of the basic formulas which are relevant for us in this topic. Now the first formula is PDF. Do you know what is PDF? It is probability density function. Probability density function. In short, we call it PDF. So what is the formula for PDF? 1 upon neta root 2 pi into E. E is for exponential value. Now, there are some figures in the power of E. So E raised to the power of minus x minus mu whole square upon neta square. So this is the formula. 1 upon neta root 2 pi multiplied by E to the power of minus x minus mu whole square upon 2 neta square. You can write it here 2 upon 2 neta square. So where value of x ranges from minus infinity to plus infinity. Value of x lies from minus infinity to plus infinity. So this is the first formula which is known as probability density function. Okay, so here neta means standard deviation, pi we already know, then E is known as exponential value, then x, value of x ranges from minus infinity to plus infinity. So x can be any value, the required number which we have to calculate. Mu meaning arithmetic mean. Okay, so all these are the basic requirements to find out the probability density function. So now let us understand some more points. So some important points relating to normal distribution. So first one is the name normal distribution has its origin 100 years back, as and then mathematicians were in search of normal model and they describe the probability distribution. So this we have already done, like this is the part of continuous random variable. So if we plot the values of the function, then we will get a shape. If we plot all the values of the function, we will get a particular shape, and that shape will be a bell-shaped curve. That shape will be a bell-shaped curve. Now this bell-shaped curve is a symmetric curve. This is known as symmetric curve. Now what is the meaning of the term symmetric? Symmetric means it means the frequency with which the curve is rising. That means your rate of rising of frequency is equal to rate of fall in frequency. दोनों का rate always यहाँ पे क्या है? Equal है. जिस rate से frequency बढ़ रही है, उसी rate से frequency वापस decrease भी हो रही है. So rate of increase is equal to rate of decrease. Both are same. और यहाँ पर जो हमारी वैल्यू है कर्व की, वो कहां से कहां तक एक्सटेंड हो रही है? फ्रॉम माइनस इंफिनिटी टू प्लस इंफिनिटी. इट इज रेंजिंग फ्रॉम माइनस इंफिनिटी टू प्लस इंफिनिटी, एंड इन बिटवीन वी आर राइटिंग मीन. नाउ मीन is denoted by mu. Mean is denoted by mu. Now the total area of this curve is taken as 1. And since the area on both the sides are equal, so area on the left hand side of mean is 0.5, and again area on right hand side of mean is also 0.5. So area on both the sides are equal, and that is 0.5. So total area is becoming 1. Total area is equal to 1. So we can say that area from minus infinity to mu is 0.5, and from mu to infinity is again 0.5. So total is equal to 1. From minus infinite to mu is 0.5, then from mu to infinity is again 0.5, and then the total is equal to 1. So we have done the first formula. Now we are talking about some different points first. The mean of the normal distribution is denoted by mu, and since the distribution is symmetric, so then x is equal to mu. So now there are few conditions which we have to use here, and there are some formulas which we are going to use in this session. So the first one is relation between mean deviation and standard deviation. Mean deviation and standard deviation. So what is the relation? Mean deviation is equal to 0.7979 of standard deviation. Mean deviation is equal to 0.7979 of standard deviation. If we round it off, then it becomes 0.8. So mean deviation is equal to 0.8 of standard deviation. Mean deviation becomes 0.8 of standard deviation. Similarly, there is a relation between quartile deviation and standard deviation. Quartile and standard deviation. So what is the relation? QD is equal to 0.675 of standard deviation. Quartile deviation is equal to 0.675 of standard deviation. Okay. Okay, so some of the students, one or two students are saying voice is breaking in between. So let me know in the chat section, everyone is getting my voice clear or not. तो अगर किसी को वॉइस में कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो आप एक बार जरूर शेयर करें चैट बॉक्स में. Everyone is getting the voice? Come on, let me know. So basically, we are talking about all the formulas which are connected with mean deviation and quartile deviation. So mean deviation is equal to 0.8 of standard deviation, and quartile deviation is equal to 0.675 of standard deviation. Now, the next formula is for first quartile. Now, what is the formula for first quartile? It says mu minus 0.675 of standard deviation. Okay, some of the students are saying all clear. Some are saying volume is not clear. Okay. 1 second, I will change my internet. Okay. I'm changing my internet settings. So I'm shifting my internet connection to the new one. Okay. Okay. So now we are continuing again. We have discussed. So what we are doing, voice is breaking, voice is crystal clear. Your voice is breaking. Okay. Now you can check once again. Now I think it is all clear. You can confirm me now so that I will make a revision of all the things which we have done till now. Okay, so all okay now. So in today's session, first of all, we have discussed the formula for PDF. PDF is probability density function. The formula says 1 upon neta root 2 pi into e to the power of minus x minus mu whole square upon 2 neta square. This was the first formula, which is known as probability density function, where value of x ranges from minus infinity to plus infinity. This is known as probability density function. Then the second one, the second formula which we have just discussed now is mean deviation is equal to 0.7979 of standard deviation. But when we solve the question, we do it some rounding off and it becomes 0.8 times of standard deviation. So mean deviation is equal to 0.8 of the standard deviation. Then third one. Third is quartile deviation. So quartile deviation is equal to 0.675 of standard deviation. 0.675 of a standard deviation. Now, if we see the curve, I'm preparing a curve here because whenever we are talking about normal distribution, there is a bell-shaped curve. So normal distribution is a bell-shaped curve. Okay, let me prepare once again. So normal distribution is a bell-shaped curve and its limits are from minus infinity to plus infinity. Limit is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Now, these are the tails. These are the tails of normal distribution, and these tails never touches on the axis. It extends up to infinity. The tails of normal distribution extend up to infinity. In between, there is mean, which is denoted by mu. And whenever the distribution is normal, then mean is equal to median is equal to mode. All these three are equal. All these three are equal when the distribution is normal. And this normal distribution is also known as symmetrical distribution. It is also known as symmetrical distribution. So total area on both the sides is equal. On left hand side it is 0.5. On right hand side also it is 0.5. So total of the area is equal to 1. Total area is always equal to 1. Okay. So now from mu to from minus infinity to mu it is 0.5, and from mu to infinity it is again 0.5. So if we have to calculate first quartile, then where it will come? It will come, of course, before median, because median is second quartile. Median is second quartile. So of course, Q1 will come before Q2. So to calculate the Q1, what we have to do, you have to subtract from mu. So what we will be subtracting? 0.675 of standard deviation. ओके, Q1 कहाँ आता है? Q2 से पहले आता है. Q2 में से हमें कुछ माइनस करना पड़ेगा, और क्या माइनस करना है? 0.675 नीटा. ओके, नेक्स्ट द फिफ्थ वन, that is third quartile. Third quartile कैसे आएगा? How to calculate the third quartile? So of course third quartile will come after second quartile. It will be coming after second quartile. So we will be writing mu plus 0.675 of standard deviation. Okay, and what about second quartile? So second quartile is median itself, or we can say mean itself. So Q2 is nothing but mu. Q2 is nothing but mu. So these are the basic formulas which is relevant in the normal distribution. So there will be one more formula which we'll be discussing in few minutes, but till now we have discussed here. So normal distribution is a bell-shaped curve. It was given by Carl Gauss. So it is also known as Gaussian distribution, and one more name is symmetrical distribution. So the total area is always equal to 1. So now, since it's symmetrical, so we can say that skewness is equal to 0. So what is the meaning of skewness? Skewness means where the curve is tilted, towards one particular point, then it is known as skewed or skewness distribution. But here, the area on both the sides is equal, so the skewness is equal to 0. Then there is one point which is known as point of inflection. So what is the meaning of point of inflection? So point of inflection means where curve changes its shape. From concave to convex or from convex to concave. That point is known as point of inflection. So it is on both the sides. One is on left hand side and second is on other side, where curve is changing its shape. It is changing. So whenever it is changing, at that point of time, there is point of inflection. So there are 2 points of inflection. Now, how to calculate this point of inflection? So we can write it down, the 7th formula, point of inflection. It is simply mu minus neta and mu plus neta. Mu minus neta and mu plus neta. So the point which is coming before mu, that is on the left hand side, it is mu minus neta, and the one which is coming after the center portion, after mean, that is known as mu plus neta. So these two are the point of inflection where the curve is changing its shape. Okay, so this we have done. Okay, so now we will be doing some of the questions. And before doing the question, we are going towards the application. Now, what is the application of normal distribution? The application of normal distribution are not only restricted to statistics only, but they are used in each and every field, whether it is the field of management or it is commerce, or it is used for the calculation of average height, weight, wages, profit, and most of the companies also use the normal distribution, because normal distribution is a part of continuous distribution, and in those variables where there is no restriction, like income can increase up to infinite, it can be 1,000, lakhs, crores, and so on. So income can extend up to infinity, output can be achieved till infinity. So whenever some variables which are extending up to infinity, then we can use normal distribution. तो इसका यूज प्रैक्टिकली बहुत सारी प्लेसेस पे होता है. Now there is one question which is 16.20, and we are supposed to calculate mean and variance. So see what the question is saying: for a random variable x, the probability density function is given by. So we are given a PDF, that is probability density function. So first of all, we have to compare with our formula. So what is the formula for PDF? 1 upon neta root 2 pi multiply by e to the power of minus x minus mu whole square upon 2 neta square. So now we are comparing on both the sides. So this was the question, e to the power of minus x minus 4 square. So first of all, we are checking the power of e. On comparing the power of e, what we find that in place of mu, 4 is written. In place of mu, 4 is written. That means the value of mu is equal to 4. Just compare and see. Just compare and see. So in place of mu, 4 is written. So mean is equal to 4. Now, what about the division? So in case of upon, to the power of minus x minus 4 whole square, and in upon nothing is written, that means there is 1. But in formula, it is 2 neta square. So it implies that 2 neta square is equal to 1. Just by comparing, we are saying that 2 neta square is equal to 1. then theta square will be 1 by 2. This is known as variance. So mean is 4 and variance is half. Mean is 4 and variance is half. So this is the correct answer. So this one was 16.20. In case of any doubt, you can ask again. And if you have all understood till here, if there is any doubt, you can ask or you can comment down all clear. You can comment all clear. This was 16.20. So now moving towards the next question, 16.21. If the two quartiles of normal distribution, so whenever we are talking about the two quartiles, which are these two quartiles? These two quartiles are Q1 and Q3. Q1 and Q3. So the value of these two quartiles is given 47.3 and 52.7. 52.7. Then what is the mode of distribution? We have to find out the mode. So see, Q1 is 47.3. So what is the formula for Q1? We have written mu minus 0.675 neta. Then Q3 is given 52.70. That is mu plus 0.675 neta. Okay, now can be done. We can solve these two equations and get the result. So on adding both of them, what we get? 1675 neta will get cancelled. So 100 is equal to 2 mu. So mean is equal to 50. So from here we can see that mean is equal to 50. So if mean is 50, what about standard deviation? So we can substitute the value. So mu minus 0.675 into neta is 47.30. So we can write it as 50 minus 47.3 is equal to 0.675 neta. So from here we can conclude the value of standard deviation. It is 2.7 divided by 0.675. So we are getting 4. So mean is equal to 4. So standard deviation is equal to 4 and mean is 50. Now what was the requirement of the question? The question says, what is the mode of distribution? So whenever we are talking about normal distribution, then mean is equal to median is equal to mode. So the value is equal to 50. It is equal to 50. Now the question is also asking about find mean deviation about median. So in order to find the mean deviation, we have learned one simple formula. It is 0.8 of standard deviation. So we can multiply 0.8 into 4. We are getting 3.20. 3.20. So this becomes the mean deviation. Okay, so everyone is saying all clear. Ankit, Bhumika, Manisha, Mansi, Shiva, Jyoti, Mohammed, Dinesh, Lakshmi, Ali, Priyanka, and Chandan. Okay, so everyone is going good. Great. So this was question number 21st. Now we are moving towards 16.22 and we have to calculate point of inflection. We have to calculate point of inflection. So what is the point of inflection? We have just read the formula. Mu minus neta and mu plus neta are the 2 points of inflection. So we have to calculate mu as well as neta. We have to calculate mean as well as standard deviation first. So what is given? We are given a PDF, that is probability density function. We are given a PDF, that is probability density function. So we can compare and get the result. So fx is equal to 1 upon 4 root 2 pi into e to the power of minus x minus 10 square upon 32. So according to formula, it was 1 upon neta root 2 pi. So in place of neta, 4 is written. That means 4 becomes the standard deviation. 4 becomes standard deviation. And in place of mu, 10 is written. So 10 becomes mean. 10 becomes mean. Now we have to find out point of inflection. So one is mu minus neta. So 10 minus 4, it is 6. And second one is 10 plus 4, that is 14. So again, this is one of the most important questions, and it is frequently asked in many of the tests and examination. Okay. So now you can understand, just by comparing, we can get mean and standard deviation. And after that, we got point of inflection. Okay, so now we are moving towards the next concept, which is area-based question. So I'm taking one example, and based on that, we will be solving many questions. So first of all, let us write the formula. Z is equal to x minus mu upon neta. This formula is applicable for area-based question. This is applicable for area-based question. Z is equal to x minus mu upon neta. So here, what is the meaning of Z? Z is the value which represent area. That means Z is not the area, but it is the value which is representing area. Then of course, neta we know, it is standard deviation. What about x? X is the required value जो मैं find out करना है. And what about mu? It is mean. It is mean. Okay. Now let us write. Okay, before moving that, there is one doubt from Dinesh. While comparing, we have not taken the minus sign. Okay. See, let me write the formula here. 1 upon neta root 2 pi multiplied by e to the power of minus x minus mu whole square upon 2 neta square. So now you can compare the formula. In formula itself, there is negative sign. So you can compare. This is negative, negative is there. X is available, minus is also available. That means only the difference is in place of mu, 10 is written. In place of mu, 10 is written, so it is positive and not negative. So that is why we have not taken the negative sign. Okay. So now the most important concept of this normal distribution is area-based question. So we have done this formula. Z is equal to x minus mu upon neta. So this is the formula. So now we are writing one question, that is, find out the probability where value of x is more than equal to 16. Where value of x is more than equal to 16, this we have to calculate. Now for this, we can apply the formula, and standard deviation is given as 4 and mean is given as 12. Mean is given as 12 and then a deviation is given as 4. So z is equal to, what is x? X is 16 minus mu is 12 upon neta is 4. So 16 minus 12 upon 4. It is coming 1. So z is equal to 1. Now z is equal to 1. Now how to solve this question? Now understand this carefully. We have to prepare a diagram of normal curve. So this is the normal curve, where in between we are writing mean. Mean is 12 and minus infinity to plus infinity. Now what is our requirement? Our requirement is find the probability where x is greater than equal to 16. Now first of all, tell me where 16 will come. After 12 or before 12? After 12 or before 12? Of course, after 12. So after 12, let's say it is coming somewhat here. This is x is equal to 16. X is equal to 16. Now what we have to do, we have to find the area. So which will be the required area, more than 16 or less than 16? So of course, according to this sign, we require more than 16. So let us shade the required area. So this part is more than 16. So this we are supposed to calculate. This we have to calculate. Now for calculating this, what is the value of z? We have computed at 16, z is equal to 1. And in center, that is in place of mu, where mean is 12, z is always equal to 0. Whenever we are talking about center, in center, z is always equal to 0. And at x equal to 16, z is equal to 1. So what is the value? What is the area between 0 to 1? The question will give us the value. The question will always give us a value. So the question says the value from z 0 to 1 is 0.3413. The question is giving the value 0.3413. So we have written this 0.3413. So is this the required answer? No, this is not the required answer, because we require the area beyond 6 and not before 6. So how to calculate the area which is beyond 6? So what we know that from mu to infinity, the area is 0.5. So what will be the area here? It will be 0.5 minus 0.3413. So the required answer is 0.1587. The required answer is 0.1587. Okay, so let me explain this once again in Hindi as well. Question की requirement क्या है? Find out the probability where the value of x is greater than equal to 16. ये हमें find करना है. Neta is equal to 4, ये हमें given है. Mean is equal to 12 is also given. And the area value, the table value of z from 0 to 1 is also given. ये सारी values given है. तो first of all हमने find out किया z को, and z कितना आ गया? Z is equal to 1. Then what we have done next, हमने एक normal curve बनाया, और इस normal curve में जितनी भी values हमें पता है उन सबको क्या करेंगे? Substitute कर देंगे, put कर देंगे. So here mu is 12. In between center में क्या था? Mean. So mean is 12. Now 16 हमें चाहिए, तो 16 को हमने मार्क कर दिया. It is coming after 12 of course. तो x equal to 16. और अब हमको मार्क करना है क्या? रिक्वायर्ड एरिया. तो रिक्वायर्ड एरिया कौन सा है? मोर देन 16. तो 16 के बाद वाला एरिया ये हमारा रिक्वायर्ड एरिया है जो हमें कैलकुलेट करना है. तो ये भी हमने यहाँ पे शेड कर दिया. सो दिस इज आवर रिक्वायरमेंट. तो अब ये रिक्वायरमेंट के बाद जो ऑलवेज स्टेबल वैल्यू होती है, ये कहां से कहां तक करती है? अगर यहाँ 0 से लिखा हुआ है, दैट मींस 0.3413 is starting from 0 and up to 1. ये एरिया up to 1 तक का है, बट हमें इसके बाद वाला एरिया चाहिए. तो सिंस mu to infinity is 0.5, तो इसका रिमेनिंग एरिया कितना हो जाएगा? 0.5 minus 0.3413. So the final answer is 0.1587. Okay? Understood? Yes. Muhammad Ali has given the answer. Priyanka, Dinesh, great. So now let me give one more example. This time you have to calculate probability where value of x is more than equal to 20. And table value is given z from 0 to 2 is 0.4772. 0.4772 is given. Now, other values are same. You can calculate and give the answer. All other values are same. So in examination, the values will be given. Or this question is not from your book. I have taken one simple example in order to get the understanding. Okay. So we will make like 5 to 6 parts minimum of this question so that we can solve each and every kind of variety and get the result. So let me explain once again. So this is a normal curve. In between, this is mean is 12. Now this time, what is the requirement? More than 20. So of course, 20 will come after 12. So here, x is equal to 20. Okay. Then what is the value of z? Z is equal to x 20 minus mean is 12 upon standard deviation 4. So it is coming as 2. So when x is 20, z is 2. And in the center, z is 0. Now, what is the required area? The required area is more than 20. So right hand side of 20. The right hand side of 20 is the required area. So we are given the area from 0 to 2. The area from 0 to 2 is 0.4772. So what will be the required area? The required area will be 0.5 minus 0.4772. It comes as 0.0228. So this becomes the final answer. This becomes the final answer. Okay. Just practice 2-3 questions based on this and you will find it very, very, very easy. This is the easiest possible method to solve the question based on normal distribution. Yes, Manisha has given the answer. Priyanka has also given the answer. Great. And Bhumika has also given. Nice. Now let me give the third part for this question. First, second, and now the third portion. All other values are same and not changing other values. Only the requirement is value of x less than equal to 8. This time the value of x is less than equal to 8. Mean is same 12. Standard deviation is same. Table value given is same. Both the table values are available to you. All these are same. Just what you have to do, find out probability where x is less than equal to 8. Okay. Yes, now everyone has given the answer. Jyoti has also given, Chandan, Ankit, great. So now this time x is less than equal to 8. So this is again a normal curve. Mean is 12. Now this time, where will 8 come? 8 is less than 12. So of course, it will come on left hand side of 12. It will come on left hand side of 12. So this is x equal to 8. X equal to 8. Now, what will be the required area? The question says less than 8. So left hand side of 8. Left hand side of 8 will be the required area. So this is the required area. Now, what about z? In center, z is 0. On left hand side, z will come as negative. Z will be denoted by negative sign. But one thing to remember, area can never be negative. Okay, z is negative. That means z is saying us that area is on the left hand side. Okay, so if z is negative, this implies that area is on left hand side, and if Z is positive, that means the area is on right hand side. Okay, so when x is equal to 8, what is the value of Z? 8 minus 12 upon 4. It is coming as minus 1. So Z is minus 1, but the values will remain same. Whether it is 0 to 1 or 0 to minus 1, the table value will be same. So what is the table value from 0 to 1? It is 0.3413. It is 0.3413. So what will be the required area? The required area will be, so we know that 0 to minus infinity is 0.5. Required area 0.5 minus 0.3413. So we are getting 0.1587. 0.1587. Pratiksha is asking 0.4772 कहाँ से आया? The 0.4772 is the table value, and the question will give you this value. The question will always give this table value because Z is the value which is denoting area, but it is not the area. So let me show you that table also. See, this is the Z table. You can see standard normal Z table where it is from 0, starting from 0. Area between 0 and then Z value. So here, from here we can see the value. So if let's say we have to see the value for 0 to 1, so this is value of 1, 1.0, 1. And exactly we have to see the value of 1. So it is 0.3413. You can see the highlighted portion, 0.3413. If the question is talking about value of 2, then it is 0.4772. So from here, we can extract the values. Okay. So in examination, the question will always give these table values, and you are not supposed to look at these tables. Okay. Now many of you have given the answers. It's great. Good going. Now you can solve the next one. Next one is the fourth part. Find out the probability where x is more than equal to 4. Now this time you have to be cautious. Other values are same. Find out probability when x is greater than equal to 4. Greater than equal to 4. I'm waiting for your answers. Till then, I am making the diagram. So mean is 12. Then x is 4, which is on left hand side. Now, what will be the required area? It is more than 4. So, which is the area? So which will be the area? More than 4 will be the area. So from 4 till end, becomes required area. So we can highlight it. So this is the complete area. Okay, this is the complete requirement. Now let us find out the Z value. Center Z0 at 4. At 4, we can find out Z is equal to 4 minus 12 upon 4. It is minus 2. Z is equal to minus 2. It is equal to minus 2. Now, what is the area from 0 to 2? The table value is already given. From here, it is 0.4772. But this time, what will be the required area? The required area is from the whole portion from Z minus 2 till this infinity. So we have the area of this first part. Now we have to find out the area of the remaining part. So we know that the complete area of right hand side is 0.5. It is 0.5. Now we can add them and get the result. So total area. Total area is equal to 0.4772 plus 0.5. That means we are getting 0.9772. Yes, most of you have given the answer. So you have to be a bit careful while adding. So it is 0.9772. Dinesh says that through diagram it is very easy to calculate. Yes, with the help of diagram it becomes the easiest way to find the result. Okay, so this was the fourth part of the question. Now let us do two more portions. The fifth portion says find out the probability when x lies from 4 till 20, from 4 to 20. All other values are same, but the area is from 4 to 20 this time. X is from 4 to 20. So first of all, we can prepare the normal curve. So mean is equal to 12. Now there are two values of x. We will mark both the values. One is 4. 4 will come before 12. So here x is equal to 4 and 20 will come after 12. So here x is equal to 20. X is equal to 20. Now what will be the required area? The required area is between 4 and 20. So this is the required area. So this will be the required area. Now what about the z value? So at 20 we know that z is equal to 2, and at 4 it is minus 2. So we can write this as z0 and z as 2 and z as minus 2. So what will be the required area? So from 0 to minus 2 it will be 0.4772, and also on right hand side it is 0.4772. Okay. Now what can be done? We can add them and get the result. So total area is equal to 0.4772 plus 0.4772. So the final result is 0.9544. So this is the required area. Okay. This is the required area. So in this manner, we can easily calculate whatever is required, whatever is requirement of the question. Now the last part of this question we are doing, and that last portion says find out the probability where x is greater than equal to, let's say, 12, or we can say 16. Okay, greater than 16 divided by x is greater than equal to, or we can say, let's make a common portion. One is less than 16 and second one is more than 12. Okay, probability where x is less than equal to 16 upon x is greater than equal to 12. So this is the question, and now we have to solve according to this requirement. Now this is the form of conditional probability because it is in the form of a by b. This is of the form p of a by b. So how we can calculate? So we know that p a by b is equal to probability of a intersection b divided by probability of b. A intersection b upon probability of b. Okay. Now in the numerator there is common portion. There is common portion, and upon it is the probability of b. So let us prepare the diagram and see what is the common portion. So this is a normal curve where mean is equal to 12. 16 is after 12. So we can write it here, x equal to 16. X equal to 16. Now, if you see the area for A, that is less than 16. So less than 16 will be this complete portion. And what about more than 12? More than 12 will be this portion. This is more than 12. And now what we require? The common portion. The common portion, that means lies from 12 to 16. So this is the common portion. From 12 to 16 is the common portion. This 12 to 16 is the common portion. Okay. So let us solve this. So probability where in numerator we will be writing A intersection B. So what is A intersection B? That means the area between 12 and 16. So at 12 Z is 0. At 16 Z is 1. So area from 0 to 1 is 0.3413. So we can write it in the numerator 0.3413 divided by P of B. What is P of B? More than 12. So from 12 to infinity, it is 0.5. So we can divide with 0.5. And what is the result? 0.6826. This is the final result. Yes, Priyanka has given, Manisha has given. That's great. Good going, everyone. So this was the 6 parts which we have done for the normal distribution. So this is the main way in which we will be solving some more questions. All right. So before proceeding further, let us take a small break and then we will continue with more questions from our study material. All right. So we are taking a short break of 5 minutes and we will be back. So welcome back after the break. So अभी तक हमने देखा कि क्वेश्चन में जो हमें values given है, what is given, mean is given, standard deviation is given, and have to find out the probability that is the required area. So always question will give you the table value. Now the table value can be given in two formats. The table value can be given in two formats. One is which we have discussed now, like from Z 3, 4, 1. This is phi 1 is equal to 0.8413. These are the two formats. And this symbol is known as phi 1. So what is the meaning of this phi? Phi means 0.5 plus area. Phi means 0.5 plus area. So let's say if we are talking about phi 1, then it means 0.5 plus area from 0 to 1. Area from 0 to 1. So 0.5 plus 0.3413, it will become 0.8413. Okay, so sometime 0.8413 will be given and sometime 3413 will be given. So in short, what we have to do from phi, if we have to reach to z value, from phi, if we have to reach to the z value, then what can be done? From phi, we can reduce 0.5, we can subtract 0.5 and we will get z value. So 0.8413 minus 0.5, we will get 0.3413. So it will be the required value. All right. So it's very much simple. The question can give the values in these two formats. Now there is 24th question. It is X follows normal distribution with mean as 50. So we know mean is 50, variance as 100. Then what is the probability that X is more than equal to 60? So first of all, write all the given values. Mu equal to 50, neta is equal to 10, requirement is X more than equal to 60, and phi 1 is also given. This table value is also given. So first of all, what we will do, we will prepare the diagram and write mean. What is mean? Mean is 50. What is our requirement? More than equal to 60. We will plot 60. 60 will come after 50, of course, and the area will be more than 60. So this is the required area. Now what about the Z? Z is from X 60 minus mean 50 upon eta is 10. So Z is equal to 1. So at 60, Z is equal to 1. So area from 0 to 1 will be 0.3413. We can extract value from here. Okay, we can subtract 0.5 from 0.8413 and we will get 0.3413. So this is from the table value. But this is not the final area or the required area. So for our requirement, we have to simply subtract. So 0.5 minus 0.3413 and we'll get the result 0.1587. Okay, so that will be the answer. So if we round it off in 2 digits, it will become 0.16. So you can check the answer. It is exactly equal. All right. So now in the beginning phase, in the learning phase, we have to prepare the diagram. But after that, a stage will come where we can prepare this diagram in our mind only, and all the calculation can be done within seconds. Within seconds. So it will be very easy for you. No need to prepare the diagram after a lot of practice. Okay. But in initial 1 to 2 days, you have to do some practice. All right. Now 16.25, this one you have to try for yourself, try by yourself. It is very much easy and interesting question. 16.25. If a random variable x follows normal distribution with mean as 120, so mean is given and standard deviation is also given 40, then what is the probability that x less than or equal to 150 divided by x more than 120? So let us write the given things. Mu equal to 120, then the standard deviation is 40, and as per requirement it is probability of x less than or equal to 150 divided by x more than 120. Okay, so this is the requirement. So we know that we have to prepare the diagram first. So let us prepare here. Mean is 120. Where will 150 come? After 120, of course. So this is 150. Now, in numerator, what will be the result? Common portion between A and B. So what is common between 120 and 150? Less than 150 and more than 120. So the common portion will be from 120 to 150. This is the common area. And in this common area, Z is 0 and Z is equal to, we can calculate the Z value, and it is how much? So 150 minus 120 upon 40. So 30 by 40, or we can say 0.75. The value of Z is 0.75. So from 0 to 0.75, what will be the area? Now we can see that the question is giving this area. 0 to 0.75, the area is 0.2734. So we can write here 0.2734. 2734 is the area. So this is the numerator, not the final answer. This is simply the numerator 2734. What about the denominator? It is more than 120. 120 is mean, so more than mean is of course 0.5. So we can divide them simply and get the result. So just divide 2734 with 0.5 and we will get the result. So simply we will be getting 0.55. If we round it off in 2 digits, we are getting 0.55. Okay. So whenever there is probability of A by B, we have to find out probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. So first of all, we have find out the intersection between A and B. The intersection portion was 0.2734 divided by probability of B, which is 0.5, and after dividing, we are getting the result 0.55. Now you can see that it is very much easy. It is very much easy for us to solve. All right. So no need to do the lengthy questions, lengthy solutions. And without preparing this diagram, we can understand in our mind also less than 150, more than 120. That means this portion is common. And for this common portion, value is given divided by 0.5, and you will get the answer. All right. Okay, Hira Hussain says understood. Then Pratiksha has also understood. Okay, so Lakshmi and Pratiksha, you can let me know whether you have understood this 16.25 or not, or is there any confusion, or shall I explain it once again? And also, in case of any doubt, you can ask me again. So now, 16.26. This is again a very easy question. Just we have to extract the values from here. X is a normal variable with mean as 25. So mean is 25. Standard deviation is 10. Find the value of B such that the probability of interval 25, B is 0.4772 and the value of phi 2 is 0.9772. So what we have to do, we have to calculate B. So see, it is the one of the easiest question. What is the formula? Z is equal to X minus mu upon neta. So what we can write in X? What we have to write in X? So we have to find here value of X. First, let me prepare the diagram here. This is mean. Mean is 25. And the question says the area is from 25 to B. 25 to B. So we have to calculate this value of B. And this area being 0.4772. This area being 0.4772. It is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Minus infinity to plus infinity. All right. Second. Yes. So this B we have to calculate. So for B, what is the value of Z? To see Z is given in the question. How we can trace Z? It is phi 2 is equal to 0.9772 and this 2 is nothing but the value of Z. It is the value of Z. So we can write in place of Z it is 2. Then X we have to find it out. Mean is 25 and standard deviation is 10. So all these values are given. So 20 is equal to X minus 25. So what will be the value of X? It will become 45. Jyoti says understood. Okay. Ankit says understood, sir. Shivakant says understood. Mayur says it's very easy. That's great. So just we are substituting the value in this formula and we are getting the value of X as 45. Okay. So no need to do the lengthy solutions. So let us take one more example so that in case of any confusion, it will all get clear. Now, in 16.27, it says that in a sample of 500 workers of a factory, there are 500 workers of a factory. The mean wages and standard deviation are given 548 respectively. So mean wages, mu, is 500. And what is standard deviation? 48. Find the number of workers having wages more than 600. Our requirement is to find out the number of workers here. But what is the condition? Having their wages more than 600. So first of all, we will be finding probability where X is more than equal to 600. Mean is given, neta is given. So first of all, we will find out the Z. So Z is equal to 600 X minus mu is 500 upon neta is 48. So what is the value of Z? It will be 100 divided by 48. 100 divided by 48. So you will be getting 2.08. The value of Z is 2.08. Okay. Now, Let us prepare the diagram. It says mean is 600. The mean is 500. Then X is 600 and our requirement is more than 600. So this is the required area. So here Z is 0. At 600, we have found that Z is 0.28. So 2.08. 2.08. So what will be the value of 2.08? It will be given in the question and also it can be seen from this table. So we can see 2.08. This is 2.2 and 0.8 from above. From 0.8 from above. So this is the value. 0.4812. You can see here. This is the value 0.4812. Let's get back. So the area from here is 0.4812. So what will be the required area? Required will be 0.5 minus 0.4812 and you will be getting 0.0188. 0.188. This is the probability. Okay. So probability that a worker is having wages more than 600 is 0.0188. But we are supposed to calculate number of workers. Number of worker means frequency. We have to calculate frequency. So whenever frequency is required, can be done n multiplied by the probability. So what is the value of n? There are 500 workers in the factory as per given in the question. And the probability is 0.0188. Now we can multiply and get the result. We can multiply these two and get the result. You will get around 9. So there are 9 workers who are having their wages more than equal to 600. So you can match 9 is the correct answer. Okay, understood? So similarly, we can calculate second and third part as well. Second part is less than 450. Less than 450. So we can prepare the diagram here. So in between it is 500. So less than 450, 450 will be coming on left hand side and this will be the required area. This will be the required area. So what can be done first? We can calculate the Z. So here Z will be X 450 minus mean 500 upon the standard deviation is 48. So you can see how much we are getting. 50 divided by 48. It will be 1.04. Yes, you will be getting 1.04. So table value from 0 to 1.04. So we can see the table value at 1.04. So this is 1.0 and at 4 we have to see. So this is the value 0.3508. 0.3508 is the value. So 0.3508. So what about the required value? Required value 0.5 minus 0.3508. It will be 0.1492. So 0.1492 will be the required value. Okay. It will be the final or the required value. Now, if we are supposed to calculate the number of persons, so for number of workers. is 500 multiplied by 0.1492, and we will get the result. So how much we are getting? 75. So after multiplying, we are getting 75 workers. 75 workers. All right. Now, similarly, you can try for the third portion, 548 and 600. In between these two, you can calculate. Understood, everyone? So in this manner, you can try with question number 16.28 as well, 16.29. All these are exactly similar. In the same manner, you have to solve, and you will be able to find out all these answers. Okay. Now, I'm trying to solve 16.31. Yes. It is a bit different question. So let me solve 16.31, and in between you can solve. All right. Ankit is asking how to calculate the table value on calculator. See, table value cannot be computed on the calculator. The values will be given in the question itself. You have to just take that value. Okay. Or it can be seen from the Z table, Z table. Otherwise, you cannot calculate it on your calculator. All right. So now, let us focus on this next question, which is 16.31. 16.31. So in a business, it is assumed that average daily sales expressed in rupees follow normal distribution. So daily sales is following normal distribution. Then find out the coefficient of variation. Here we have to calculate the coefficient of variation, that is CV. Given that the probability average daily sales is less than 124 is 0.0287. So what is given? Probability that sales will be less than 124, and this probability is given 0.0287. Also, it is given that the sales will be more than 270. The sales will be more than 270. The probability is 0.4599. Is 0.4599. So these two figures are given. And what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the coefficient of variation. So what is the formula for this? Standard deviation upon mean multiplied by 100. So from these two values, we have to extract standard deviation as well as mean. So these two values we have to extract. So let us calculate the standard deviation and mean from here. So it says the value of x is given, probability is given, and with the help of this, we have to compute it. So first of all, the table value will be given in the question. So let us calculate what is the table value, because this example is not giving, but in examination, you will always get the table value. Okay. In exam, you will always get the table value. So no need to worry. So it is 0.2085. Okay, we can calculate from there. 0.0287. So where is 0.0287? Yes, it will be between these two. That means the table value says it will be between 0.07 to 0.08. So let's get back. So here the value is given 2.85. So 2.085. This is the one value which is given, and there is one more value which will be given. Two values will be given from the table, and after that we will be solving from that. So let us write Z is equal to X minus mu upon neta. So we know that in case of first equation, what is X? X is 124. Mean is not available, neta is not available, and Z we have to put from the table. Similarly, in the second equation, X is 270, mean is not given, the standard deviation is not given. So let's put the value, that is 2.085, and the second value it is 0.4599. For that the value is 0.1. It is 0.1. So see, these two values are given in the example, but the question has forgot to give the values. So you will get these values in the question itself. All right. Now the two equations will be formed, and by solving we can get the result. Now the one more important thing is there. Whenever we are doing this, we always prepare this diagram. The question says for less than 124, the area is 0.0287. That means less than means the area is on left hand side, because it says less than. So the area will be on left hand side. So this area is 0.0287. And for this, the value of Z is minus 2.085. Why we have put minus? Because whenever the area is on left hand side, Z will be negative. Z will be negative. And when we are talking about more than 270, the area is 0.4599. That means this here Z will be positive. So here the Z is positive, that is 0.1. 0.1. Okay. So that is understood once again. Question में आपको ये दोनों values given रहेगी Z की, that is 2.085 and 0.1. लेकिन साइन आपको यूज करना है पॉजिटिव या नेगेटिव, बिकॉज क्वेश्चन ने कहा लेस देन 124 का जो एरिया 0.02 है, तो लेस देन वाला एरिया जो हमारा कहां पर आएगा, ऑन लेफ्ट हैंड साइड. सो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में z is negative and on right hand side the z is positive. So that is why we have put minus sign and then plus sign. Now we can do some cross multiplication and get the result. So let's solve. Minus 2.085 into neta is equal to 124 minus mu. That means mu is equal to 124 plus 2.085 neta. This is the first equation. Similarly, we can get the second equation as well. 0.1 neta is equal to 270 minus mu. So mu will be equal to 270 minus 0.1 neta. This is second equation. Now we can solve both these equations and get the result. So mu is equal to 124 plus 2.085 neta, and second mu is equal to 270 minus 0.1 neta. On subtracting, signs will get changed. Mu is getting cancelled. So we are left with how much? 270 minus 124. It is 146 plus 2.185 neta. So from here, we can calculate the value of neta, divide both this and get the result. So by solving this, neta is coming around 7. So if the standard deviation is 73, you can calculate mean as well. -70 minus 0.1 into 73. And by solving this, we will get the result of mu as well. It will be 270 minus 7.3. So how much we are getting? So roughly it will be around 263. It will be around 263. And finally, CV, so standard deviation upon mean into 100. This will be our coefficient of variation, and it will be 25.38. 25.38 will be the final answer. Okay, so let me explain once again the complete question. देखिए, सबसे पहले आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग इन हिंदी नाउ. सबसे पहले हमें क्वेश्चन में गिवन है एवरेज डेली सेल्स इन रुपीस, फॉलो करता है नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन को, एंड हमें इस क्वेश्चन में फाइंड करना है कोफिशिएंट ऑफ वेरिएशन. तो कोफिशिएंट ऑफ वेरिएशन निकालने के लिए हमें फाइंड करना पड़ेगा स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन एंड मीन. देयर आर टू वैल्यूज ऑफ प्रोबेबिलिटी जो कि इस क्वेश्चन में गिवन है. वन इज जब डेली सेल्स लेस देन 124 है तब प्रोबेबिलिटी गिवन है, या फिर हमारे डेली सेल्स मोर देन 270 गिवन है तो भी उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी अवेलेबल है. So in both the cases, probability is given. All right. So now, उसके बाद हम क्या करेंगे, हमारा जो फॉर्मूला अवेलेबल है z is equal to x minus mu upon neta. ये फॉर्मूला हमें अप्लाई करना है, और इस फॉर्मूले के अंदर हमें क्या करना है, सारी वैल्यूज पुट करेंगे. z पुट करना है, x पुट करना है. मीन एंड नीटा आर नॉट अवेलेबल. सिमिलरली इन सेकंड इक्वेशन आल्सो मीन एंड नीटा अवेलेबल नहीं है. तो यहां पर देयर विल बी टू सेपरेट इक्वेशंस, और जब हम इन दोनों इक्वेशंस को सॉल्व करेंगे तो आपकी नीटा की वैल्यू एंड म्यू की मीन की वैल्यू दोनों कैलकुलेट हो जाएगी. और इन दोनों को कैलकुलेट करने के बाद फाइनली हमें कैलकुलेट करना है CV, दैट इज कोफिशिएंट ऑफ वेरिएशन. All right. So Shiva has given the answer. Manisha, Mansi, everyone. Great. So this was a very lengthy question, and normally exam में ऐसा questions आपको नहीं आता है because it is very much lengthy. Yes. Now next one. तो next concept क्या कहता है कि if x follows normal distribution with parameters mu1 and neta1 square, y follows normal distribution with parameter mu2 and neta2 square. Like x is following normal distribution, y is also following normal distribution. It means x plus y will also follow normal distribution, और उसके पैरामीटर्स क्या होंगे, mu1 plus mu2 and neta1 square plus neta2 square. ये बन जाएंगे उनके पैरामीटर्स. So x plus y भी नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन को फॉलो करेगा. So this will be the new mean and this will be the variance. This will be the variance. So in this given question 16.32, x and y are independent normal variables with mean 100 and 80 respectively. तो x and y का मीन अवेलेबल है, Then standard deviation available है कितना 4 and 3. Find out the distribution of x plus y. तो x plus y के लिए क्या होगा? So for x plus y, if we have to calculate mean, so mean will be mu1 plus mu2, 100 plus 80. It will become 180. If we have to calculate the variance, it will be neta 1 square plus neta 2 square. तो क्वेश्चन में क्या गिवन? स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन 4 square plus 3 square, it becomes 25. 25 is the variance. But as per question हमें क्या required? Distribution of x plus y. So question में x का distribution कैसे given है? Mean and standard deviation is 4 for x, and for y mean is 80, standard deviation is 3. That means x plus y का भी हमें standard deviation calculate करना है. So we will calculate root of 25, which is 5. So mean becomes 180 and standard deviation becomes 5. Correct. Now there is one small point which is known as standard normal distribution. So we have read now normal distribution. So if there are some particular values in the normal distribution, when there are some particular values in normal distribution, then it is known as standard normal distribution. Okay, so what are those particular values? What are those particular values and how it is denoted? So it can be denoted as Z bar, which follows normal distribution having parameters 0 and 1. So when these parameters are 0 and 1, that means if mean is 0 and we can say standard deviation or variance is 1, then the distribution is known as standard normal distribution. All right. Whenever the parameters of normal distribution are 0 and 1. Whenever the parameters of normal distribution are 0 and 1, then the distribution is known as standard normal distribution. Okay, so it implies what? So if the question says find out the mean deviation of standard normal distribution. Okay, if the question says find out the mean deviation of standard normal distribution, so it is very simple because we know that the formula for mean deviation is 0.8 neta, and in case of standard normal distribution the value of neta is 1. The value of neta is 1, so we will multiply 0.8 with 1, so it will become 0.8. So mean deviation is 0.8 itself. If the question is asking about find quartile deviation of standard normal distribution, then the formula says 0.675 of standard deviation. So 0.675 into 1, it is again 0.675. This is the quartile deviation. So in this manner, we can easily compute mean deviation and quartile deviation. And if the question says find out the point of inflection, point of inflection in case of standard normal distribution. So mu minus neta and mu plus neta. So mu is 0, 0 minus 1 and 0 plus 1. So finally we are getting minus 1 and plus 1. So these two are the point of inflection in case of standard normal distribution. Okay. Yes. So now everyone is saying understood, clear. Okay, great. Then there is one theoretical point which says if we are talking about like how much area it is getting covered. let's say this is a normal distribution. In center it is mu. If we move on both the sides, if we are taking the first step, we reach neta and minus neta. So mu plus minus neta covers a certain area. Mu plus minus 2 neta, mean plus minus 2 neta will also cover some area, and mu plus minus 3 neta will also cover a certain area. So how much is that area? This is for the theoretical question only, not for practical. Okay. So if we are talking about mu plus minus 3 neta, it will cover 99.73% of area. Mu plus minus 3 neta covers 99.73% of area. That means how much portion is left? Only 0.27, and that too on slightly on both sides. Slightly on both the sides. So 99.73% area gets covered if we are talking about mu plus minus 3 neta. But if we are talking about mu plus minus 2 neta, it is covering 95.45% of area. And mu plus minus neta covers around 68% of area. 68% of the area. Great. Then now you can try the questions because we have covered each and every variety. Now let us do some random questions from this here. Okay, let us solve 36th one. The quartile deviation of normal distribution with mean 10 and standard deviation 4. The question has given some of the values and we are required to calculate the quartile deviation. So quartile deviation is equal to how much? 0.675 into standard deviation. So we are getting 2.70. So option number C. For 37, for a standard normal distribution, the point of inflection are. So we know that in a standard normal distribution, just we have computed, it is from -1 to +1. All right. Then 39th one. The interval from mu minus 3 neta and mu plus 3 neta covers. So it covers all the area but except 0.27% of area. So it is all but not 0.27% area. Okay, it is covering all the area except 0.27%. Then some of the random questions. Question number 40, number of misprints per page of a thick book follows. We have done this. So since the probability of misprints is very less, then it is Poisson distribution. The result of ODI matches between India and Pakistan follows. So since we cannot say that the probability of happening, this is very, very rare. So it is not rare. So it is a binomial distribution. Wages of workers of a factory follows. Now, wages can be anything. Wages can increase up to an extent. It can be 10,000, 20, 25. There is no particular limit, no certain limit or no restriction. So it can be any value. So it will come under normal distribution. (43) If x plus y are two independent normal variable, then the distribution of x and y, x plus y will also follow normal distribution. So if x is following, y is following, then of course x plus y will also follow the normal distribution. All right. Okay, now I think we have covered all the variety. You can try all by yourself and you will be able to solve all the questions. Now I'm trying question number 22nd. Yes, question number 22nd we can try. If the first quartile and mean deviation is given. So what is first quartile? Q1. It is mu minus 0.675 neta. So what is mu? How much it is given? Not given. We have to calculate. And standard deviation is also not given, but Q1 is given. Q1 is 13.25. And mean deviation is given 8. Mean deviation is equal to 8. So what is the formula for mean deviation? 0.8 neta. So from here, we can calculate that neta is equal to 10. So we can substitute the value 13.25 is equal to mu minus 0.675 into 10. So we'll get mu is equal to 20. Mean is equal to 20. So if mean is 20, then median is also 20 and mode will also be 20. 20 is the correct answer. Great. Then now you can tell about question number 24. You can try 24th one. It is again very easy. X plus Y are two independent normal variables with mean as 10 and 12. Standard deviation as 3 and 4. Then what will be the distribution of X plus Y? So for X plus Y, mean will be sum of these two, that is 10 plus 12, 22. And if we talk about variance, it will be 3 square plus 4 square, that is 25. So standard deviation will be root of 25, or we can say 5. It will be 5. All right. Then let's try this. Question number 17. Question number 17. For a normal distribution with mean as 500, okay, standard deviation as 120, what is the value of k? We have to find out k, so that the interval 500 comma k covers 40.32% area. It covers 40.32% area, and phi 1.30 is given. So in this question, phi is also given. Now, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate So here Z is equal to x minus mu upon neta. So what is the value of Z? So from here, clearly we can say that phi 1.3, this 1.3 is nothing but the value of Z. So we can write it here, 1.3 is equal to x. Now instead of x, the question says the value is k, minus mu is 500 upon standard deviation is 120. So how much we are getting? 1.3 into 120. 1.3 into 120. So we can calculate and get the result. So 120 into 1.3 and then plus 500. We will get K. So the final result is 656. The result will be 656. All right. So this was question number 17. So in today's session overall, what we have done, the normal distribution. In normal distribution, we studied that it is a part of continuous distribution and it is a bell-shaped curve with the tails of the curve extend till infinity, from minus infinite to plus infinite. And it is also known as symmetrical or Gaussian distribution. The total area is always taken as 1. On left hand side, the area is 0.5 and on right hand side again, it is 0.5. Then we have done many formulas like PDF, then mean deviation, quartile deviation, first quartile, third quartile, point of inflection. So all these we have done today properly. So now what you have to do, you have to try all the illustrations by yourself once again, and then you can try the back questions. You will be able to solve them easily. Okay, so whatever method we have taken, you can use that method and you will be able to solve all these questions very easily, very nicely. And in case of any kind of challenges are there, we are here to help you out. So no need to worry. Okay, so we are always available to solve all your doubts. Whenever you are having doubts, we are here to solve. All right. So now the chapter is completed from my side. So we did binomial distribution, Poisson distribution, and then normal distribution. All right. So you will get all these questions by yourself and within very less time, ताकि because exam में बहुत कम time आपके पास रहेगा, तो आप फटाफट से exam में उसे solve कर लें. मिलते हैं next session में. Till then, bye everyone. Take care and see you soon.